Hello, welcome to Lift Your Spirits, a horror visual novel developed by Dear Sphere Studios, available on itch.io. Apparently, you're a college student stuck in campus at the dead of night, except that you're not. I guess we'll see if that means. And a bit of a content warning. This is a horror game. I guess we'll see. It might get a little spooky, basically. I guess we'll see. I don't think it has any graphic violence, as far as I know, so it's not very gory, but... Well, anyway. Alone on a Friday night. Gosh, alone on a Friday night? Pathetic. No, alone on a Friday night, and I'm spending it here. My fingers were sluggish as I typed out the last bit of conclusion needed to finish off my paper. I didn't even bother spell-checking the rest, my hand dragging the cursor across to close the document. Alright, time to submit it. I typed up my regards to Mr. Hultman. Okay? You gotta double check, triple check. Make sure you attach the document, you're sending it the right email. Kindly find the attached file of the assignment. You're a student. SighingSlider. Stifling a yawn, I turned on my phone to check the time. 2:53 a.m. That's amateur hour, You gotta stay up later than that. Those are rookie hours. Anyway, the universal experience of losing sleep and gaining eye bags as a college student came to grace me in its hold once again this evening. I've pulled a lot of all-nighters in university, so this is relatable. At least it's the weekend. Turning off the computer, it suddenly hit me how quiet it was without my fingers tapping away the keyboard. Everyone else had left. My campus was open 24/7, but who else was dumb enough to push their luck in submitting their assignment this late? I considered myself lucky Mr. Hultman gave me the extended deadline, otherwise I'd be screwed. Still, there are also the rumors. Disembodied voices echoing through empty rooms. Heavy footsteps shuffling down the halls. Those who were lucky claimed to see a black silhouette skulking around the vending machine at the end of the corridor, staring at them. I wasn't the superstitious type, but I had to admit the eerie signs of being the only person here gave me the creeps. I was recalling all the gossip spread around the student body when a sound made me perk up. I glanced behind me over the monitors to see if someone had come in. Nobody. I ignored the goosebumps rising in my arms as I gathered up my items into my bag. Superstitious or no, I've done what I came here for. Time to go. I shambled to the elevators and tapped the button. It rumbled to life, slowly making its way up to my floor. Just a couple more minutes, and I'm out of here, I assured myself. Don't know why, but I found myself constantly checking behind me, as if expecting someone there. Yet, it's always empty every time I look. I tapped the button some more. ... The hairs at the back of my neck stood, as if I was being watched. My biggest fear in this situation is if the elevators break down. It's like nobody's... it's on the weekend, and nobody's here. It's like, I would get scared of the elevator, because that's happened once to someone in real life. Someone getting stuck in the elevator in the weekend, and they got stuck there for the whole time because no one was working, right? On the weekend. And so they just got stuck in the elevator. And they had to poop in there, It's insane. Anyway, I clenched my fists, ignoring how sweaty they felt in my pockets. Is there someone behind me? Bang! I jumped. The door slid open as I released the breath I didn't realize I was holding. I didn't even consider looking back as I stepped inside, refusing to turn around until the door is closed. The chipper background music they played calmed me down somewhat. I am almost in disbelief they were still playing it at this hour. Almost. I pressed the button for the ground floor, the elevator moving with a small jolt. With nothing to do but wait, I stared as the numbers slowly descended. The lull of the elevator was starting to make me sleepy. I thought of the things I could do once I got home, just to distract myself for the rest of the ride. First thing I would do is take a shower. A shower, yeah. For sure. Microwave dinner and... I blinked up at the flickering lights. The elevator shuddered, and I came to an abrupt halt. The music cut out. This was my greatest fear. Getting stuck in the elevator over the weekend. I'm not gonna get that shower. I'm gonna have to poop on the floor. Oh no. I tried the button for the ground floor, then the rest. Unresponsive. Pushing the intercom button gave nothing but static. Hello? Oh, no, this can't be happening. Taking a moment to compose myself, I called out. Is anyone out there? I'm stuck in here, help! I started slamming the doors as panic took hold. There had to be someone out there. Help! Please, I'm in here! I didn't stop for a good minute, getting more and more desperate as tears welled up in my eyes. Why? Why now? Why me? I knocked my forehead against the door in a slump, ready to curl up and cry. Why you gotta save those liquids, buddy? You can't cry out all your liquids, you're gonna be dehydrated. This sucks. I was about to turn before I felt a chill run up my spine. The air felt heavy. Is this claustrophobia setting in? I didn't think I had a fear of closed spaces. Unless... There was a raspy moan from behind me. I turned my head and screamed. Across me was a growing blotch of darkness, an oozing mass that seemed to melt through the walls. That's a lot of mold. I scrambled away, my back flat against the doors. A hand emerged from the writhing form, grasping at the edges. Foul-smelling black ichor dripped from its fingers. Another arm followed suit, clinging to the other side. I couldn't look away. I couldn't find my voice to scream. A face took shape. It's very happy. A pair of hollow eyes and a manic grin with several teeth. It seemed to smile directly at me. I blacked out. Wake up. Hey. I heard a voice, panicked and flustered from above me. It's an anime girl. A person was looming over me, visibly worried as I blinked back to consciousness. You're alive. I couldn't really check for a pulse, so... Anyway, are you alright? I guess I'll save the game. I'll say... I always like to tempt fate in visual novels. So I'm gonna say, ew, don't touch me, creep. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to. Well, now she's just sad. I thought she was gonna kill me. Just give me some space, will you? And comedy music plays. I realized I was still in the elevator, but now with a stranger twiddling their thumbs in front of me. They were taller than me, looming a good few inches past my head. Their limbs looked even more awkward than the baggy sweater they had. I wasn't sure if they forgot to wash away their makeup, or if they haven't slept for 3 days straight. Possibly both. I realized they were staring at me as well. Their eyes focused on me a little too long, as if they'd forgotten how to blink. So... I started to remember the last thing I saw. That creepy shadow from the walls. Before you were here, there was something crawling out of the walls. I know it sounds insane, but I swear, it looks straight out of a horror movie. The stranger looked nervous. Crap, they think I'm nuts. Don't look at me like that. No, I believe you, for sure. You saw it too? Well, sort of. I'm sorry, I was really trying to be sneaky. That must have been uncomfortable to watch, huh? Come again? What are you saying? Well, I heard you yelling for help. I couldn't just leave you alone, so I did the best thing I could. Say it again. What kind of sick joke is this? I was just trying to help. There's really no easy way to say this. I'm not alive. Not the way you are. Did they mean... You mean like a ghost? The stranger lit up appreciatively. Basically, you must have heard the rumors, right? Well, it's me. In the flesh. Well, sans the flesh. Sans? No. I stick my hand through them. My hand shut out before I could think twice. What? The tips of my fingers instantly felt airy and ice cold, like touching something solid yet not. The stranger yelped and backed away. Hey, did you just go around sticking your fingers in the people you just met? Well, you're not people. You're ghosts, you're a monster. No, sorry, I thought you were messing with me. The stranger was having none of it. Why do I even bother? If you sit tight and don't do anything stupid, they'll come find you in the morning. They shift into a familiar black, shapeless entity, melting into a puddle and disappearing through the floor. Exactly the same way they had entered. I found myself alone for the next 7 hours. The workers found me half dozing in the corner the next morning. I stayed late most nights on campus to see if the stranger would show up, but it seems they're ignoring me on purpose. I never saw them again. Bad ending. Okay. Well, I sexually harassed the ghost girl, so... I guess we just never saw her ever again. Anyway, let's try that again. How about we don't be so rude this time? Let's see. So what did you say? So she says, "Are you alright? Daijoubu?" I say, "I think so." "Yeah, I'm glad. I didn't mean to scare you back there." Okay, this time... Okay. So I say, this time, let's say, "Are you saying that was you?" "Yes, in a way. There's really no easy way to say this, but I'm not alive." Okay. Let's see. Okay, how about we don't try to, put our hands through them this time. Let's just believe them. I feel like this isn't the worst situation to be meeting a ghost for the first time. The stranger gave a sigh of relief. "Oh, thank you for trusting me. I'd like to ask for your name, but I already know that SighingSlider." "How'd you know?" "I've been watching you for a while." "Okay, you're a stalker?" "Excuse me?" "Tonight, I've been watching you for a while. Tonight. It's not safe to be alone this late." "How could we know?" Before I could ask further, they straightened. "Anyways, I stuck around to see you write your paper. I don't necessarily agree with your hypothesis, but interesting nevertheless." Okay, well, nobody asked for your opinion. Screw you. "Sorry. This wasn't the way I expected my night to go, but I guess the sooner I accepted it, the better. I should probably ask for the name instead of calling them a stranger. You know my name, what about yours?" "Oh." They looked away, fingers picking at their sleeve. "I don't remember. I know who I was and what I did when I was alive, but not my name. Strange, isn't it?" "Have you ever thought of picking one yourself?" Their eyes widened as if the thought never occurred to them. "I never needed a name, but if I were to have one, I've always liked the way Alma sounds." I'm going to be a bully. I'm going to piss off the one person that's nice to me, by the way. I don't know, again, I like to tempt fate. "That sounds stupid. I don't like your idea." But no need to be rude about it. Alma went back to twiddling their fingers. We stood in silence for a while, gauging what to say next. I kept glancing back at their hands, wondering if they saw as they looked. They knew I was staring, but they didn't seem to mind, waiting patiently in front of me. My thoughts were running wild from sleep deprivation. This is why I'm so rude, by the way. I'm just sleep deprived. It's true, actually. I do get really cranky. I get really cranky if I don't get enough sleep, which happens often when I was in university. So, this isn't really out of character, really. Anyway, my thoughts running wild from sleep deprivation and shock to actually form words past their introductions, to be honest. They started humming softly, as if to fill the silence. That's when it hit me. For a ghost, they could easily be a student just like me. I have to ask, how did you, Alma had a knowing look in their eyes. "Oh man, it's honestly kind of embarrassing." Okay. I'll save the game here, alright. Yeah, yeah. Insist. Despite having no blood flowing through their veins, their cheeks seemed to darken. "We don't have to get into it, but I really want to know, please?" They hesitated before nodding. "Promise you won't make fun of me?" "Promise. I'm not promising this." "Okay. So I was staying late working on an assignment, just like you. No one was around. Even back then, I was known as a loner most of the time. It didn't bother me. While I was working, I got thirsty. No big deal. So I headed over to the vending machine for a drink. They paused, hands shaking. They clasped at their wrists and twisted before continuing. Just a soda. Not too much to ask, right? I paid for the damn thing, but somehow my hand got stuck in the dispenser. So I pulled and well... They struggled a bit before I waited for them to continue. It fell. I felt my whole body being crushed under the weight. I couldn't even cry out for help. And the whole time my hand was still stuck on that thing. Not that I could even tell. I think my wrist was beyond saving at that point. They sunk into themselves. I died trying to get some cheap soda. How pathetic is that? There we go. Yeah. You know, something similar happened to me. I mean, I didn't die, but definitely when I was a kid, we had like a big TV. You know, there's like big bulky TVs. You know, back in the day. Definitely when I was watching TV one day, like really close, because that's what kids do. They get too close to TV. It actually fell on me. You know, it fell on me, and then I think I got like a. I still have a scar actually. It's very small. It's not even cool. You know, it's not like a badass scar. It's like a dumb looking scar. But like it fell on my, it cut my my eye, you know, near my eyelid, I guess, and like I bled a lot, you know. It's one of those like one of those injuries that like look worse than it is, really, you know. I think anyone who gets like bleeding like above their eyes or whatever, like a lot of blood comes out basically, and I panicked and everything. I thought I was dying, but it turned out it wasn't a big deal really. It was just like a small cut. But still, anyway, that's what happened to me. Anyway, so obviously we like a normal person would say, like, you know, I'm sorry that happened to you. You know, anyone who dies is like, you know, even if it's in like a very unfortunate way, you know, you should make fun of them. That's like psychopath behavior. But I'm gonna do that anyway. I'm gonna choose this option because I'm crazy and I want to, you know, I want to pick all the bad options first. So let's see. I'm gonna say, you deserved it. You deserve to die, dummy. Alma's eyes shrunk into thin slits. Actually, I don't know if she's well, I'm assuming. I don't know her pronouns. I keep saying her. Damn it. I don't know their pronouns. I keep saying her. I'm just assuming, you know, because long hair is very feminine. Anyway. Alma's eyes shrunk into thin slits. You, why are you so mean to me? I don't know. I'm being controlled by like a player that wants to see all the endings, so I'm acting like a fucking psychopath. The lights dimmed, a fuzzy static rising in the air. A heavy weight settled into my chest as Alma stared me down. Their height only made me shrink further. I've done nothing but been nice to you. All I wanted to do was help, and yet... Everything went dark. I stepped back as rasping noises came from in front of me. Sounds of scuffling and bones snapping. My back hit the wall. It was cold, colder than anything I've ever felt. I hurt to breathe as I waited in the dark for something to happen. Hello? The emergency lights turned on. Alma no longer looked human. Multiple eyes writhed across her form, tiny slits of red pupils judging me. Judging me. Mouths cackled and taunted, whispering, "You deserve this. You deserve this. You deserve this. Well, joke's on you. This is my fetish." No, wait. My feet buckled as the elevator began to drop, free-falling as gravity's pull took over. The buttons began to light up one by one as we fell by each floor, faster and faster as it gained speed. The scraping of metal was loud in my ears. I dropped to my knees, begging for it to stop. And stop it did. Splat. Hey, bad end too, you deserve it. You bullied the ghost girl, so she frickin' murders you. I mean, that makes sense. Anyway, let's try that again. So, back over here with the comedy music. You know, don't worry about her, like, murdering you because you were such a meanie. How about this time... Now, let's back down this time. You know, let's not talk about the way she... Or, I keep saying she. I'm sorry. I keep saying she. It's not confirmed that it's a she. It's just... I don't know. I just think... I just think that the ghost, you know, is very feminine. So, Alba is also kind of like a feminine name, right? I don't know. I'm not sure. It's not confirmed, so I shouldn't assume. Anyway, back down. We back down. I guess I don't have to tell you then. That's all right. I heaved a sigh and moved to sit down, leaning against the doors. Alma looked on curiously. What are you doing? I shrugged and took out my phone to look for a time-wasting app. In no time, I had one of my mindless games open. I just fake Grand Order. No, might as well settle in and spend the next few hours trying to beat my high score. I mean, technically, I don't know. I mean, if we had, like, you have to have, like, an internet connection to play gacha games, right? So, if we have an internet connection, can we just call for help? I don't know. Anyway. Spend the festival, trying to beat a high score. Not much I can do right now. Got some battery to last a couple hours. I pat down a spot next to me. You wanna watch? I almost stood for a moment as if unsure. Come on, plenty of room for both. Just watch your legs, Lanky. Lanky? I mean, she is pretty tall. I keep saying she, damn it. I'm sorry. They settled in beside me, sitting crisscross applesauce. Crisscross applesauce. And leaned over to look at my phone. My shoulder immediately chilled at their close proximity, but I didn't bother bringing it up. We chatted amicably as my fingers tapped away at my screen, Alma getting more invested the higher my numbers got. But otherwise, it was peaceful company. A few hours passed. I must have dozed off at some point, as the next thing I knew, there was some whirring behind me that woke me up with a jolt. Voices began to call out, and I turned to see some workers prying the door open for me. It took no time for me to step outside when their work was done. The sunlight shining over me made it feel like everything that happened last night was a dream. I turned on my phone to look at the time. Instead, I saw an unsent message typed on the screen. Be safe, Smile. Careful about staying late next time. I blinked and looked around. A cold chill went on my arm and I almost turned to expect Alma but saw nothing. Next time. I put my phone away and rubbed my bleary eyes, mentally making a note to stay back at the campus more frequently from now on. Good ending. Till next time. Okay. So we just kinda hung out, you know? We just kinda chilled. And played like Flappy Bird or something, you know? Or what kind of game is popular on, you know, on like mobile phone? I don't know. I know it was Flappy Bird for a long time, but I don't know if Flappy Bird is as popular anymore. Anyway. Alright, so that happened. We hear the tragic backstory of the ghost dying and everything, and this time let's not be a horrible person, and say like, yeah, it's not pathetic. I'm sorry that happened to you. I put my hand over theirs. It passed right through, giving an ice-cold chill at my fingertips, but Alma seemed to appreciate it nevertheless. They looked up at me, their nervous hands finally coming to a stop. I've never told anyone about it before. I didn't think it would feel this freeing. Thank you. I think you're a really great person. I want to help you get out of here. I tilted my head. How are you going to do that? I can try some things. That is if you trust me. Trust Alma, trust Alma, trust Alma. Only Alma, just Alma. We have no choice. I'm saving anyway, I guess, just out of habit. I don't know why I am doing this. I don't know. That's just Alma. They clapped their hands excitedly. Okay, here we go. You might want to hold on to something. Before I could ask further, the elevator began to drop. My heart plunged into my throat as my weight shifted upwards. Alma? Hang on, let me focus. The buttons for each floor flashed beside me. I closed my eyes shut and decided to trust them. It felt like a roller coaster heading straight to the ground. The air whizzed around me. I gripped my teeth and clenched my hands, knuckles probably white if I bothered to look. And just like that, it stopped. I yelped as the elevator jolted. I landed on my ass with a smack. I blinked my eyes open to see Alma clapping excitedly. They looked over to see me on the floor and gestured towards the doors. They creaked open as if manually pulled apart by an unseen force. My jaw dropped as I realized they really did bring me to the ground floor. You really did it. I did. I never got to do that before, Being a ghost has its perks. Get ghost powers. I couldn't believe my eyes. I stood and threw my arms around Alma, only to completely pass through them. They yelped and backed away to the wall. Give a signal before you do that. I don't appreciate feeling hands inside of me. It's gross. Oh, sorry. I gathered myself and stepped through the doors, Alma following suit. Sure enough, the lobby was empty, the clock on the wall indicating it was close to 4 a.m. now. Well, I guess this is it. I turned to see them trying hard not to reach for their hands, fingers twitching to intertwine with one another. It all happened so fast. It's sunk in now I could leave and go home right now if I wanted to. Alma, thank you. I appreciate it. They nodded understandingly. I stood there for a moment as they looked at me, before averting their eyes. They were waiting for me to leave. I grasped my phone inside my pocket, mustering the courage to ask what I was about to ask. Would you ever want to hang out again? They did a double take. Huh? Would you want to hang? Yes! But why would you want to? Why wouldn't I? I like you. Once again, their cheeks darkened despite being them. I like you too. Yeah, I'd love to hang out again. Great. Preferably when I'm, not stuck and helpless in the elevator. My heart skipped a beat as I laughed lightly. Preferably, of course. I'll see you next week? Yes, don't worry about a time or place. I can always find you, wherever you are in the building. Kind of unsettling, but okay. Stay safe. I waved and headed towards the entrance, pulling my phone out to call for a driver for one of my apps. When I turned to look back, Alma was already gone. Good ending. Friends for life. Or more. Oh, I don't know. Spicy. Alright, there you go. Okay. So it just ends up being like a cute, I guess, ghost date, As it turns out, it was a dating sim. Alright. This game was overall pretty cute. I don't know. I like it, I guess. Definitely there is a horror element to it, Obviously, when you're just like a horrible, I don't know, like, why would you be this way? But like, when you're like just a meanie, then she like murders you. But I keep saying they murder you. Alma murders you. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know. I can't stop myself from saying she. I don't know. It's just like they're like a cute anime ghost girl, but I guess their pronouns is they. According to the writer, anyway. They use they instead of her, so I guess it's they, Anyway, aside from the several times of misgendering, ignoring that, for me, it was a pretty fun game. It was kind of short and sweet. I usually don't like just full on like dating sim, and everything, but it didn't overstay its welcome. It was pretty cute, So I think I liked it overall. And obviously the horror elements was kind of short as well, But I think I like that part too, I like it when, usually in dating sims I like to have I like it when there's like a twist to it, So it's not just a pure dating sim. So I do appreciate the fact that it's kind of like a bait and switch, right? It's like the opposite of, well, I can't say it because it's a spoiler, but like it's like how that game, if you know that game, where like it's like pretending to be a cute dating sim, but then actually it's a horror game. This game is actually kind of the opposite, where mostly anyway, for the most part, it's like it's actually just a cute short dating sim pretending to be like a scary horror game, for the most part. Of course, there is a part where it is a scary horror game, but it really is mostly just a cute dating sim. I like that actually. Yeah, when it's the opposite, I actually don't mind too much. Especially again because it's mostly short, So I like how the story wraps itself together. But yeah. Overall, the art is good, by the way. The main character, obviously, you usually see the ghosts, I guess. So the art is great. I like the different endings that you can get, And, yeah, what else can I say? Yeah, it's nice, short, and sweet. I don't know. I'm just thinking about the logistics, by the way, again, about dating a ghost. It's like, how does that work? Will she be like, I keep saying she, will Alma, technically she, Alma is undead, so do they stay like that forever, Do they eventually pass on? That'd be kind of tragic, actually, That would be kind of like a tragic, love story, If you you date a ghost, but then they eventually pass on. That's kind of sad. I don't know. I just wonder how it works. How this dating a ghost works. For the most part, it seems like it's kind of convenient. You just kind of like hang out in the building. Just whenever we want, we can visit them. I also wonder, like, I was wondering, like, maybe there's a funny ending where like we end up dying or whatever, but then we just turn to a ghost. Like we just hang out with Alma forever, in the afterlife. I don't know. I mean, it just seems so convenient to be a ghost. You have like you can teleport anywhere. You can like use ghost powers. You can murder people if you wanted to, if you're angry enough. I don't know. It just seems like an upgrade, really. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know. Not much to say about this game. I just think it was kind of just well made. It's like I want to give criticisms usually, but I don't have much to say. not much feedback really. I mean, I don't know. It's just a cute little horror game. Cute and horror. I like that combination usually. I like to, that's also kind of a thing for me as well. I usually give extra points to games that like kind of combine cuteness with horror. I like a combination of both. I like it when it's like intertwined together in a nice way. So I think this game kind of touches upon that. So I think that's why I like it so much. So yeah, there you go. Yeah. So that was it for, I guess, Lift Your Spirits. I mean, not much else to say really. It's just a good game. Just good little visual novel. I'm just repeating myself like 5 times. So there you go. I guess if you're on YouTube, if you didn't know, I stream these games live on Twitch, so check me out over there if you're interested. I also have other playthroughs on the channel, so you can look for those if you want. Thanks for watching. Until next time, see you then.